This is the ultimate battery test of iPhone 15 Pro Max versus Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. Quick check, both phones are updated to the latest software. iPhone 15 Pro Max has 4,441 mAh battery, while Samsung Galaxy S23 has 5,000 mAh battery. Alright, let's quickly check the settings of both phones. Let's start with Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. I would say in terms of battery health, I've used this phone for quite a bit now, starting February of this year, and in Canada, it's still running on One UI 5.1. As you can see, I'm running on 5G network using Bell Mobility. We are putting this phone on light mode. The brightness will be manual, set to 50%. The refresh rate will be adaptive. We will put the screen resolution to its maximum at wide Quad HD+. It is connected to Wi-Fi 5 GHz network. We will put the volume to maximum, ringtone to 50%, and connected to our 5G network. Okay, I think that's it. Let's check the settings of our iPhone 15 Pro Max. For iPhone 15 Pro Max, I just purchased this few weeks ago, and this is updated to the latest iOS 17.0.3. This phone is also connected to Wi-Fi 5 GHz and 5G mobile data. It is using my wife's Bell Mobility in 5G network. We're putting the max brightness to manual 50%. We're turning off dark mode and putting the phone to light mode. And like S23 Ultra, it's running on the highest refresh rate. And as you can see, I'm turning off the automatic brightness. So I think that's it for the settings. Let's start the battery test. First, let's do a video test and you watch a movie for the next 2 hours. We are using Amazon Prime Video for this test, and we will stream HD videos on Wi-Fi 5 GHz network. The screen brightness is set to 50% on both phones and volume to maximum. We are watching 2.5-hour video, Fast and Furious 10, and we will be back at the middle of this video.
You. My most ruthless soldiers were watching our gas houses, and they let this Dominic Toretto.
Alright, after 1 hour and 12 minutes of this video, Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra still has 90% battery life, while iPhone 15 Pro Max drops to 89%. So again, iPhone will not be able to beat the bigger battery life of S23 Ultra. We will be back at the end of this video. Okay, so after almost 2.5-hour video, let's check the remaining battery. Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra drops to 79%. So for 2.5 hours of video, there's a drop of 21%. While iPhone 15 Pro Max still retains 73%. So on the same amount of video time, battery drops to 27%. So if you'll be using these phones to watch mainly videos, S23 Ultra will give you better battery life. Alright, that's a good video test. Now I will use this for GPS and maps, and we will drive for the next 30 minutes. I don't know if you already noticed, but it's already fall in Canada. So soon we'll have camera comparison video.
Turn right onto
winter.
4th Avenue, 68th Street Northeast for 1.5 kilometers.
I keep getting interrupted by the GPS again. Soon you'll see camera comparison video on winter. If you like this type of battery test, don't forget to subscribe.
Turn left.
So we're here in our destination, Tim Hortons. Now I set the GPS and maps of both phones. Let's go back home. Let's start with iPhone 15 Pro Max. It's around 126 and the battery life is still 69%. Well, same settings and 5G network on the S23 Ultra, and we still have 76% after the GPS and map test. Okay, so after that video test and the GPS test, we will put both phones on standby before we proceed on the next test. Okay, after a good amount of standby time, almost 1.5 hours, I get a couple of texts on both phones and few notifications. Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra still has 74%, while iPhone 15 Pro Max dropped to 67%. So although S23 Ultra is already 10 months old, still the battery performs better than the brand new iPhone 15 Pro Max. Alright, we're back. Good test for both phones. Now we will do gaming for the next 4 hours. So we will do 2 hours of gameplay on S23 Ultra and 2 hours of gameplay on iPhone 15 Pro Max. Let's start with Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, and we still have 74%. The screen brightness set to 50%, volume at maximum, and the Mobile Legends settings can only be played on high graphics. So after 2 hours of non-stop gaming, again, just a recap, screen brightness to 50%, volume at maximum and high graphics. We still have 46% on S23 Ultra. Now let's test the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Again, before we play Mobile Legends, let's check the settings. So same with S23 Ultra, screen brightness to 50% and volume to maximum. iPhone 15 Pro Max can play Ultra settings, but to be fair with this comparison, we will just lower it down to high refresh rate, same as S23 Ultra. So it's already nighttime, 7 p.m. After 2 hours of non-stop gaming, we are now down to 23%. The phone is also a little bit hot compared to S23 Ultra. So I think although Samsung only has high refresh rate, but Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is better for gaming for now. Okay, now we will do a camera test for the next 30 minutes. We will do a video test, shoot 4K video recording on both of these phones, and then shoot some images and compare them side by side. We are testing 4K video recording, and we will let this record for the next 5 minutes. And while both phones are doing this, I will show you side-by-side tests of some of the images I took earlier. Alright, we're ending the 5-minute 4K video recording, and on iPhone 15 Pro Max we still have 22%, and on the mighty S23 Ultra we still have 43%. One of the suggested tests on this battery test is watching a YouTube video. So we will do a couple of hours YouTube video test for both of these phones. So it's almost bedtime, 7:14 p.m. We will end our battery test watching YouTube Shorts for the next 2 hours. Samsung Galaxy S23 still retains 42%, while iPhone 15 Pro Max only have 21%. Ironically, at this point, the battery life of S23 Ultra is twice as what we have on iPhone 15 Pro Max. I will be back to check the results after 2 hours. So this is the ultimate battery test of iPhone 15 Pro Max and Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. Here's the result. We started around 9 in the morning and tested the video, GPS with 5G network. We did 2 hours of gaming, standby test, video and camera test, occasional call and text, and 2 hours of watching YouTube videos. At bedtime, iPhone 15 Pro Max still has 9% battery left, and you almost need to recharge this phone. While you still have 22% on the older Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, mind you, I've been using this phone for the last 9 months and the battery is still superior than iPhone 15 Pro Max. With everything we did, this is an easy 2-day phone for everyone. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll continue to compare these two phones in our channel, so stay tuned. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
I'm on a mission. Come on, big flame. I'm pulling out with a sick chain.